Okay, good morning. Yes, let me know where you're watching from. Comment. Let me know. How's the weather? I'm coming to you live, as you guys probably know, from Costa Rica. Today's a little bit overcast, a little bit rainy. It's actually quite nice and kind of cool. So my name is Jocelyn. I'm a diamond leader with doTERRA essential oils. I love sharing these wellness tools and that really help to empower people in their own homes. Okay, I always say they're little tools that help us to take our power back when it comes to our basic healthcare needs in our own homes. Okay, so I'm a mom of three. My youngest is 3 months old yesterday. My oldest is 6 years old soon here. I have been utilizing these oils for almost 5 years. It's 5 years this May, so next month, that I've been utilizing doTERRA essential oils as first defense healthcare in my home. So today our topic is stress and essential oils. I want to teach you guys about some basic, super simple tools that you can utilize to help to shift your emotions, okay, and support your emotions. So not just yourself, but for your kids, for everybody, for your pets, okay? So it's going to be a pretty short, pretty quick-paced class, but let's jump into it, okay? If you have been watching and are following along, yesterday's class was immune support, and the day before was seasonal support, so supporting the seasonal bloom and the sneezy season. So I mean, if you caught those two classes, a little bit of it is going to be kind of similar, but absolutely different at the same time, okay? So first of all, I'm going to teach you 3 cool things about essential oils when it comes to using your oils for your emotions, okay? And then I'm going to teach you the 3 ways to use your oils to support emotional wellness. Okay, so the first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils, remember we're not talking about just any essential oils because the industry is completely unregulated. The first cool thing is that they're safe. They're safe for everyone. Okay, so something I love being a mom is I have little tools in our home that my kids now know how to use when they're feeling overwhelmed or it's been a hard day or they're feeling scared or nervous or whatever it is. We have tools to support them in that, in feeling better or feeling stronger. Okay, so they're 100% natural. There is nothing added, nothing taken away, no side effects, no addictions. Okay, so on the topic of stress and maybe overwhelm and as anxious feelings, these have no side effects, okay, and no possible addictions. So if someone, say, is taking a over-the-counter to support the overwhelm and the anxious feelings, these are an opportunity, or this is an opportunity to look at a solution that's completely natural that could also support that, okay? Something I love about these oils is that they work alongside modern medicine. And if you are potentially someone who's interested in looking towards moving away from over-the-counter into a more natural, you can work with your doctor, if they're open to it, maybe a more natural doctor, to look at utilizing doTERRA's oils to support your emotional body, okay? So first cool thing is they are safe for everyone. You just have to know how to use them. I'm going to teach you a little bit of how to use them in the next little bit here, but this is also a big thing of doTERRA is that all of your education and all of your support comes with your oils, okay? So the second cool thing about essential oils is that they're effective. Okay, in some cases, they're more effective than modern approaches to health problems. More so speaking towards when we're talking about if we had a virus and things like that, like we talked about yesterday in that class, okay? Because essential oils can permeate the cell membrane where the virus hangs out on the inside, okay? So they are super effective as we're speaking to emotions, in regards to, we're going to talk all about aromatic use in the next little bit here. They're super effective and act really quickly just by smelling them. Okay, and we'll talk more about this in a little bit here, but basically what's happening here is that these little tiny molecules are binding with receptors throughout the olfactory nerve, being carried instantly to our limbic brain. Okay, that's the part of our brain where our emotions are. Okay, so pretty much nothing else triggers our limbic brain like our sense of smell does. So that's pretty cool that we can smell something and they could instantly, there's no waiting for something to, something to happen or for things to actually go to work, it's actually an instant support that helps your body to maybe potentially come back to balance. Okay, so I will say that over time, utilizing your essential oils in this focus with your emotional body, they could actually help your body to repair any imbalance it might be dealing with. Okay, so that's kind of cool, but they're super effective. All you need to do is smell them, okay, for your emotions to begin to shift. Okay, so let's talk more about that in the next little second here. The third cool thing is that they're affordable. Okay, so just taking a smell to shift your emotions is pretty cool, right? So let's get into how we actually use them. But as far as affordability goes, often all you need is 1 to 2 drops per application. You know, taking a smell or rolling on your roller bottle or whatever is pretty cost effective. It's often like pennies, like literal pennies per use. Okay, so that's going to save a lot of money over time for sure. If you are somebody who is taking over-the-counter or have to take over-the-counter medication to help to balance what's going on in your body and in your brain, which is completely fine. Okay, I really encourage you, if you're open to more natural options, to talk to a natural practitioner and ask them about doTERRA. Okay, so if you want more information on that, though, reach out for sure. I have some contacts I can put you in connection with. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 ways we are going to use our essential oils to support our emotions. First way, as you guys know, get my little diffuser here. Aromatic Use is awesome for emotional support. Okay, so diffusers, if you're new to diffusers, all of doTERRA's diffusers are awesome, like super good quality. They're ultrasonic. It's basically like suspending tiny particles of the essential oils in the air for up to 6 hours. Here, you basically fill it up with water until the red mark, and then add in your oils. Depending on the size of your space, I like to add in about 6 drops. And so basically what we are diffusing plays a role or a toll on our emotions. Okay, so oils to diffuse, to positively affect the emotions are primarily your citrus oils, are very uplifting and energizing and happy, right? Wild orange is an incredible oil to diffuse. Another one I like to add in with wild orange is called Balance. This is our grounding blend that really just helps to balance the emotions, balance the nervous system in a huge way. Okay, so one of my favorite diffuser blends, 3 drops Balance, 3 drops wild orange in the diffuser. Put it on first thing in the morning, preventatively. Okay, if you've been following along, you know how awesome it is that we can use our essential oils preventatively to support our wellness before we get sick or before we have a little breakdown, whatever it is, right? Before the overwhelm sets in. We can actually really set ourselves up for success by creating habits every single day. We wake up in the morning, you know, just like we brush our teeth in the morning, we put on our diffusers in the morning, okay, to set the tone of our day. All right, so aromatic use is super important for emotional support, okay, and I'm going to say that it's my primary way of using my oils for emotions is aromatically in the diffuser. More times than not, we have our diffuser on all the time, okay, and especially when you know it's a harder time for you, maybe through the winter months in Canada where things are a little bit more gloomy or depressive or dark, or maybe recently you've gone through something, or you know something's coming, or you know, even in various times in our cycle as women, we have those times where we feel a little bit more down than usual. So just being more preventative and knowing that we have these tools and putting them to use, right? So even in like within the moon cycles too, I find like new moon for me, it's a more internal time. And if I don't watch myself, like there could be times where I am a little bit more like, you know, oh man, like bummed out or like whatever you want to say, right? So anyway, diffusing is an awesome way to positively affect the emotional body, okay? The second way we can use our oils is topically. Okay, so topical use for Balance in particular. Balance is a blend, like I mentioned before, but there is a little bit of coconut oil in there. Sorry if it's loud over on YouTube and Facebook. Balance is a little bit of coconut oil in there. So you can actually, what I like to do is just tap it right on my wrist, rub them together, maybe put a drop in my hand, tap a little bit in my hand. and then just rub my hands together and just take a few deep breaths. So just allowing yourself that time and space to take the deep breath. The first thing in the morning is an awesome opportunity as well. Maybe setting like even just 3 minutes for yourself before your feet even hit the floor. Maybe your balance is on your side table or whatever. And then applying it to, I like to put it on my pulse points on my neck, forearms, this is like a power point, and the bottoms of the feet. Bottoms of feet, everything absorbs super, super quickly. That's why it's so important for us to not clean with toxic chemicals on our floor. That's a side point though. But topical use is amazing, an amazing way to get the oils into our bloodstream, and to also like minimize and get rid of any toxic perfumes and things like that that could actually be impacting our endocrine system, right? So anyway, topical use is an awesome, awesome way to use your oils for emotional support. You're going to want to dilute for the oils that don't have coconut oil in them, okay? And most of the oils don't have coconut oil in them. So in that case, you're probably going to want to dilute with a coconut oil or fractionated coconut oil. You can also make a roller blend with your favorite emotional oils, or oils, like honestly, people ask me like, what's best for anxiety? What's best for overwhelm? Those sorts of questions. And my answer to that is whatever makes you feel good. Okay, whatever makes you feel good, because your body chemistry is completely different to mine. I can guide you and say that trees, generally speaking, are grounding and balancing, right? Tree oils. Citrus oils are generally uplifting and energizing and happy, like I talked about before, right? So when you're making your blends, you know, work with your doTERRA advocate, and that's something that I offer when you get oils with me, is that we meet one-on-one for a little connection call where I teach you how to use what you got, right? And teach you what you want to learn. Okay, so I teach you how to blend as well, right? Anyway, one of my favorite blends is half balance and half serenity. Okay, so serenity is another, it's like more of a restful, sleepy one. We're going to talk about this on our next class, which is all about sleep. But serenity and balance together, I do about 15 drops of each in my 10 ml roller, and I fill the rest up with fractionated coconut oil. Okay, and that one is like calm the crazy everything. It's so good. So you roll it everywhere. I literally roll it everywhere, carry it with you, use your oils. If you want to see them work for you, you've got to use them, right? So put them where you're going to see them, carry them with you. So that's for topical use. Okay, I hope that's helpful. And the third way we can use doTERRA's essential oils that is not only safe, but recommended, like I say all the time, and my favorite way to use my oils is internally. We can ingest our oils because of their purity, because of the commitment to producing the world's highest quality essential oils that doTERRA has, okay? So internal usage, it's delicious, like I talked about, like I talk about on every class I do. Drinking your citrus oils in your water is an amazing way to positively affect the emotions, okay? Why? So it kind of seems kind of weird, but it's because you are inhaling the aromatics while you're drinking it, okay? And like that, I'm sure there's other scientific reasons, right? But that's my reason, is because it smells awesome. It makes me drink a ton more water, right? So that overall is, you know, helping my body to detox. It's helping any waste or anything stuck in my body to release. And on an energetic level, that could also mean that it's helping me to release any emotional baggage, right? Anything I'm holding on to, it's releasing. Okay, so drinking them in your water, such as, you know, wild orange or lemon or grapefruit, green mandarin, whatever you want to, whatever citrus oil you love at the moment, drinking it in your water is really going to help your overall wellness, okay? Your overall emotional wellness. Not just the smell, right? It's also that detox. And when we're moving things through and out of our body, it's cleaning up the gut and the intestines and all the things is really going to help shift the emotions as well, okay? So just a little reminder, you're not going to use citrus oils in plastics because they break down petrochemicals in plastics, and we don't want to be ingesting more petrochemicals in plastics, okay? So just a little reminder there. Okay, other ways we can use our oils internally to support our emotions. This is a big one for me, copaiba. copaiba. This is known as, some people call it the CBD of essential oils. It is nothing like CBD. The only thing that is similar is how the body responds to it, okay? So we have, it directly triggers, like a direct trigger, not like CBD, it's an indirect trigger, a direct trigger to the CB2 receptors. Okay, so we have cannabinoid receptors in our body, they're called. Quick Google search will tell you that. And these copaiba directly triggers the CB2 receptors, which are found everywhere in our body. Primarily, we're focusing on this topic today is the nervous system and the emotional body. Okay, so the way I like to take copaiba, take a lid off, take a drop right under my tongue. That is the fastest way to get oils into your bloodstream, is right underneath your tongue, sublingually, okay? So copaiba is an incredible oil to take internally. Let me think, what other oils I have here? Another one's frankincense, okay? Frankincense, and again, everyone is so different. I have customers that love to use frankincense to support those overwhelmed feelings, those anxious feelings. And again, take the lid off, take a drop right under your tongue. Take a big smell of the bottle as well if you want to put a little bit on your temples, behind the ears. I really encourage you to follow your intuition when you're using your oils, okay? The only thing that I'm going to mention here, a little bit of safety, two things, okay? And I've mentioned this if you've been following me, especially for the past 2 classes I just did this week. The first one is sun sensitivity. If you love wild orange as much as I do, which is a ton, you're probably going to want to put it all over the place because it smells fantastic. But you cannot put citrus oils, do not, hard no, put citrus oils on your skin where the sun is going to see for 12 hours, for the next 12 hours, okay? And this is a real thing, especially if you live in Costa Rica like I do. When I first arrived, I had a pretty bad bergamot burn because I love putting citrus oils in my hair, or oils in general. It's an awesome diffuser, little pro tip there. But I put bergamot in my hair and some ran down my hand and I didn't wash it off well enough, and it resulted in a month-long burn on my hand, okay? So not a good time to use your citrus oils topically if you're in a sunny country, hot country, or if you're moving into summer. Okay, so instead, use your citrus oils on your clothing. Maybe if you make a roller, you're utilizing it like this through your hair, right? Don't put it on your skin, put it along your clothing, probably on an undergarment, because if I put oils across here, it's gonna be a big stripe until it dries, and it probably, the carrier oil will stain and all the things, okay? So there's your first safety tip. Second one is if you get oils in your eye, our instinct is to go to the sink and rinse it with water. Not a good time. Use oil to dilute it, okay? Any sort of carrier oil, your coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, olive oil if you need to, flush it in your eyes, put it in your eyes, and then wipe away with a dry towel, okay? So you guys, let me take a look at what I have. I have a couple more oils here to share with you that I love to utilize to support emotional wellness. Again, remember that diffusing is my primary use. It's so nice to just put on the diffuser and reap the aromatic benefits. And again, everybody in the area benefits, right? So one of my favorites to diffuse, Elevation, citrus oils with Melissa. It is fantastic. Another good diffuser blend, absolutely like one of my favorites, is 3 drops Elevation, 2 drops Arbor Vitae. This oil is, I want to read you really quick the emotional properties of Arbor Vitae. It's one of my most used oils. It is, give me 1 second here. This is the book, The Emotions and Essential Oils. You can get it on Amazon, I think. The oil of divine grace. It assists individuals who believe or act like all progress must be made through struggle and solitary effort. Instead of trusting in the divine or the universe, these individuals unconsciously block divine aid, choosing instead to live by their own efforts. Arbor Vitae addresses the need to control one's outcomes in life. It invites individuals to live with peace and joy by trusting in the abundant flow of divine grace. So that's an awesome blend, the joyful blend, and release, let go, stop controlling, okay? So this is a good blend. A couple other ones that I have here are actually from the doTERRA's Emotional Aromatherapy line. When we make blends, I will say, like, full transparency here, when I make blends, you know, the chemistry of the oils is really interesting to me, but I don't know a lot about the chemistry of essential oils at this exact moment, okay? It's on my, you know, in the future, I would love to know a lot more about the chemistry. But at this moment, when I make blends, it's more so like a base, a middle, and a high note. And it smells nice. That smells nice. Add a little bit more of that. You guys know what I mean, right? I'm like going by sense of smell. When doTERRA makes blends, they make blends according to the chemistry of the essential oils and what that exact constituent in that oil triggers, generally speaking, to the majority of people's bodies. Okay, kind of interesting, right? So the oils that doTERRA makes, bottom line, are phenomenal. Okay, so Console, it's a hug in a bottle. It literally feels so comforting. Okay, Cheer, it's pretty self-explanatory. Motivate, again, is awesome, right? So doTERRA does have some pretty fantastic blends. They also have Peace, Forgive, that helps to release anything that you might be holding onto, grudges, grieving, whatever. They have some pretty awesome blends, okay? And I will say that utilizing your essential oils, especially a high grade like doTERRA, it's pretty cool that, I'm gonna get a little bit like maybe nerdy here for some of you, but we are living in a vibrational world, right? We are vibrational beings, and you know that illness has a lower vibrational frequency, a very low vibrational frequency. Different emotions have different vibrational frequencies. It's pretty obvious, right? If you are feeling sad, you are in a lower vibrational state. If you are feeling angry, and if you go out and you're storming around, everybody can feel your vibration, right? If you're like fuming, right? And so when we are in a state of joy, happiness, we have this, abundance energy. We have this high frequency. So what I'm getting at here is that these bottles of pure plants have a vibrational and carry a vibrational frequency from the plant itself because of how they are distilled and how they are created and how they are held with care and created into this pure essential oil with no adulteration. P.S. Adulteration does not happen by accident, right? With no adulteration, they are being ethically and sustainably sourced all around the world from growing farmers and already established generational farms that are not owned by doTERRA all around the world. They're in this high vibrational frequency. Okay, so that's really cool, is that when we utilize these essential oils, dependent on what they are, like frankincense has such a high vibrational frequency. So when we're utilizing these oils on our body, they actually help to enhance and lift up our personal vibrational frequency. Okay, so I literally see people transform. And like I mentioned before, when we were talking about how when you're smelling the essential oils and over time, they can actually help parts of your body to begin to come back to balance and homeostasis. So maybe, you've had to rely on something in the past, like a substance or an over-the-counter. And maybe with prolonged use of certified pure tested grade oils, you can actually begin to heal, you can actually begin to support your body in healing that imbalance. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but I see people change all the time, like literally your overall, and myself included, like your overall vibrational frequency changes and shifts. And then we shift into that higher vibrational frequency where our body then has has the ability to heal itself. Okay, so there's that too. Okay, so I hope you learned something, you guys. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. Share with me in the comments. Share something you learned today on today's little short class with me, okay? If you don't have your own doTERRA essential oils, reach out to me if you're interested in checking out what I've got to offer. We're the end of April right now. I do have a starter promotion for the end of April, but if you're watching this on the recording sometime in the future, just send me a quick message and tell me what country you're in, and I can let you know what my offerings are for those countries, okay? Have an awesome day, you guys. We'll see you again soon. Have an awesome day.